time has come. Execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord. Blast him!
What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. In today's video we're going to be talking about a possible Jedi survival game mode in Battlefront 2 and potential Jedi customization or create your own Jedi which could occur from a Jedi survival mode. But before we get fully into this video, let me know down in the comment section below if you would like to see a Jedi survival mode with a create your own Jedi sort of customization option. And also let me know what other minigames you would like to see through DLC seasons. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance, be kept up to date with Battlefront 2 content, and see exclusive gameplay videos in the future. So what got me thinking about a Jedi survival mode in Battlefront 2 and a create your own Jedi option is Order 66. Now Order 66 is probably the most known event in the Star Wars universe, and especially from the Star Wars movies. It is also probably one of the most requested DLC seasons to arrive in Star Wars Battlefront 2, probably because it is such a key part of the Star Wars story, and it also completes Anakin's transition into Darth Vader and to the dark side of the Force. And it's also really badass. I mean, we've got a load of clone troopers gunning down Jedi all across the galaxy, and then Jedi trying to fight for their lives by taking down these clones. I could only imagine how cool that would be to see in Star Wars Battlefront 2, especially in the Frostbite engine. It would look stunning. For me personally, I do want to see an Order 66 game mode in Battlefront 2, but I really want to play as the 501st Clone Trooper Legion, or Vader's Fist, and Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker in the Jedi Temple taking down the Jedi, and even taking down Jedi all across the galaxy. Who knows what EA and DICE could come up with an Order 66 DLC season. I'd also really like to get to play as a Jedi in an Order 66 DLC season and have to fight to survive against attacking clones and or Darth Vader, whether that's in the Jedi Temple or on other planets like Felucia, just to add more locations into Battlefront 2 and new cool maps which everyone is going to enjoy, because remember, all DLC for Battlefront 2 is completely free. The main map I want to see in Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the Jedi Temple. It has already featured in various Star Wars games throughout the years, and it has always been an amazing experience to get to play inside of the Jedi Temple, regardless of what game it has been in. If Order 66 / the Jedi Purge were to feature in Star Wars Battlefront 2, I do think it could lead to a really cool new game mode for Battlefront, Jedi Survival, which is what I mentioned at the start of this video, where players have to fight off waves of 501st Clone Troopers as a Jedi in the Jedi Temple, and then finish the mode off with a boss fight against Darth Vader / Anakin. I'm not sure how that would work, whether it would go into a sort of different style of combat for the final boss fight, or whether it would just be like how Heroes vs Heroes is in the current game. We'd have to wait and see. But if this was a successful mode in an Order 66 DLC season, and fans really enjoyed it, then I think EA and DICE could add in maps like the Geonosis Arena, which would allow players to fight off waves of droids as Jedi while battling creatures from the Star Wars universe as boss fights to break up the repetition of defeating droid after droid after droid after droid, which would get quite boring after a period of time. They could also then add in cool Easter eggs like C-3PO's head on a droid just to keep you sort of entertained. This could be a similar game mode to Hero Hunt, however I am aware of that from Star Wars Battlefront 1 by EA and DICE, but I do think it would work best as an offline game mode rather than an online game mode like Hero Hunt was, as EA and DICE would really have to think about it and figure out a way in which the game decides who, online, would get to play as Darth Vader / Anakin, and who would get to play as the Jedi in the mode, meaning some people may never actually get the chance to do that online, making it unfair as they would only ever play as the clones. Where if it was offline, then the player would get a chance to play as Anakin, the clones, or the Jedi who they have made, which I think is a lot fairer, and it could be really cool, depending on the difficulties that you could have available. This mode could be quite hard for EA and DICE to input into the game and make, but I do believe it is a mode that Star Wars fans and Battlefront fans would love, as it's something completely unique and different from anything we've ever seen before, and could allow players to create their own Jedi for this game mode like I mentioned earlier on in the video. Creating your own Jedi is something I would love to see in a Battlefront 2 game, as I do love customization in games anyway regardless of what genre of game I play. But allowing me to make my own Jedi would be pretty insane and probably one of my favourite things to do in a Battlefront game. You could get things like outfit colours, hairstyles, lightsaber styles, blade colours for your lightsaber sounds, force powers, lightsaber powers, etc, etc, as customization items that could be used on your Jedi in the Jedi survival mode. These customization items could be earnable, not unlockable through crates or microtransactions, but through completing challenges and earning rewards from playing the Jedi survival mode. Say for example, if you did beat the mode in under a certain time, then you earn a certain Jedi robe for being a Master of the Force. Or if you defeat Darth Vader / Anakin without taking any damage, you unlock a special lightsaber hilt or a special lightsaber crystal which customizes how your lightsaber sounds and looks. Anything like that, which would make the mode worth playing, as you'd have completely unique items as bragging rights kind of, depending on how often and how well you play in the Jedi survival game mode. Speaking of microtransactions around a Jedi survival mode though, if EA and DICE really did want to make as much money as possible, they could implement fan favourite Jedi into the Jedi survival mode like Mace Windu. Say for example you pay £1 or £2 to unlock Mace Windu in the Jedi survival mode, then you get to play as him in there, giving you characters that you do really love from the Star Wars universe that might not come through a DLC season. I'm just using Mace Windu as an example though. I'm not saying he's not going to come to Battlefront 2, I'm just saying you could implement fan favourite heroes into the Jedi survival mode through microtransactions or loot crates if they really wanted to make money, but I'm not supporting that, don't get me wrong. I like the idea of making my own Jedi, not buying to use one from the Star Wars movies. This could lead to all kinds of mini-games within Star Wars Battlefront 2, like Rancor hunting or a form of bounty hunter survival, if Jedi survival really did work well, if they brought it into the game through an Order 66 style DLC season, or even just an offline arcade mode DLC season, just to give offline players something else to return to the game to play. A bounty hunter survival though could work in the same way as a Jedi survival would, apart from, instead of playing as Jedi, fighting off waves of clone troopers and Darth Vader, every player in the mode would play as a bounty hunter that they have created, and a random bounty is placed on one of the players' heads. Then the rest of the players in the game would have to hunt down that player, and whoever kills the bounty would earn the credits from that kill, etc, etc. Then it would just carry on like that until, say, the winning player earned 10,000 credits, which would then be divided by 10 to give you an overall score for the end of the game or something like that. But I'm going to go over that properly in a future video, as I really do think minigames would add something to Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I think it will keep the game alive, especially if, like I said in an earlier video this month, they add in like speeder bike racing or Tauntaun racing for Christmas, things like that, or then they try and add in like a Mike Myers scary sort of game mode for Halloween, or just anything to really keep the game alive and keep players returning to the game, to keep the game going on for as long as possible. And remember, free DLCs are coming to Battlefront 2. You will not have to pay for a single DLC season. The only thing you will have to pay for is the actual game to own it, and then pay for microtransactions if you really want to, but you do not have to spend an extra penny at all if you really don't want to for Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I think is fantastic. And if we're going to keep getting free DLC content throughout the game's lifetime, I'm not going to complain. Let me know down in the comments section below if you would like to see a Jedi survival mode and a create your own Jedi customization option available in the Jedi survival mode in Battlefront 2 at some point, whether that's through an Order 66 DLC season or just an arcade DLC or something like that. And if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to smash a like on it to show support for minigames, and let EA and DICE know that we do want to see cool minigames in Battlefront 2. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance and be kept up to date with all Battlefront 2 content, as well as see exclusive gameplay videos in the future. But other than that, may the Force be with you.